Okay, so good afternoon, everybody. Back on track. I saw other participants arriving. So again, my name is Maria Vittoria Ciniglio. I'm the only Italian speaker of Easy Software, and I'm here today to show you in English, like the new features that we release on the market for all the users of Easy Redmine, Easy Redmine 10, which is an upgrade of the open source basic Redmine. The new Redmine 10, as you can see here, it's written, can be basically an upgrade for all the users of the Redmine Basic, with no matter which kind of versions that you have. Also, like the last one, the 4.1.1. It's a tool which is 100% mobile, and this software is here to help you succeed in the project management, in the planning, capacity planning in your company. As you all may know already, it's a software which can be adapted in all the departments that you have around your company. And today we will quickly go through the new features. We have a list basically of new features which have been released, and I will show you them one by one. This webinar is going to last around 45 minutes. I will show you firstly the new features, and then almost at the end, there will be a questionnaire for you, a polling questionnaire. It will take you a couple of seconds, not even, to pick up my questions and give a reply to them. And then afterwards, I will leave you some space for some technical questions, or maybe not technical questions, also commercial ones. So do not hesitate to use the chat box in the Zoom bar, where you can leave in the question and answer case, like your questions, and then I will pick them up at the end of the webinar and reply. I will do my best to reply to you. Um, so we will start firstly with the features which involve basically the tasks which are that you create in your Easy Redmine. So there are 4 main features which have been delivered. First thing, when you are on your Easy Redmine and you create a new task, as you can see here, we have added these new co-workers feature. So it's a case where you can quickly type the name of your colleagues to go faster and add them faster as to the tasks. So this can be pretty time saver for you. The second feature related to tasks that we added is for those of you who are used to create tasks with a checklist on it. As you can see here, this is a task that I created with a checklist of 3 elements. And before, what was not on the system, and now it's part of the new feature, is that we could not see the numbers. So basically here now we can see that this checklist has 3 items, and 2 of them are completed, so it means are attached, as you can see. The third feature that we added is the quick task editor. So when you are on a list of tasks, or you simply open a task, as you can see here, we're in a project. I went to the list of tasks and I picked up a task named documentation. By clicking on the pencil here, I can straight away have access to this quick task editor, which is pretty useful when you're working on a task and maybe you have the permissions to add new subtasks or parent tasks or related tasks. You can simply do it by this quick task editor. The other feature which always involves the task is the task list. As you know, like we work a lot on the feedback, on the feedbacks of our users, and we try basically to fulfill to fulfill their needs, their desires. And the desiderata in the past months, in the past years, was exactly to have a list of tasks where all the people could see the comments left on the tasks. So now, when you create a task list, you are able to add the column in option named last comments. And if you scroll down, you can see the amount of comments which have been left by the users on the tasks. So these are all the features related to the topic task. Then a new feature which has been added, and it's more like linked to the admin of Easy Redmine, so the administrators, it's related to the settings. So you know, that the system is pretty complex, that there are many settings. So what we decided to set up was a new feature named the search for settings. So basically now here you can type and it will straight away guide you to all the settings that you have around the system, the system. So it's a settings, a search bar, which was not available before and which will save you a lot of time. Concrete example, if I want to find one of the newest settings, which is part still of this webinar and of these new features released, the email field autocomplete, which I will show you later. You can type email, you can have quickly access to this settings, you can activate it or deactivate it, and then later on you will discover with me what this feature is. So this searching bar in the settings is pretty useful, and again, it's there to save you time. Another feature that we added is more related to the projects. So the projects list, every one of us has to handle a list of projects every day. And sometimes when the projects are completed or the projects are wrong or the projects simply get out of your planning, they need to be deleted. So now if you go to the project list, you can have access to the options of each project, and then you can delete a project. It's nothing new, you may say. There's something new indeed, because there is a project deletion confirmation. So each time you click on the button delete, it will show you a notification, say, hey, are you really sure that you want to delete this project and all the related data? So this allows you basically not to make any mistake and to delete projects that you didn't want to get rid of. Another feature that we developed, this is more linked to the capacity planning, so to the resource management. So one of the most appreciated plugins that we have. We released two features for people who like to work with the resource management bundle. And one feature is named contingency table, listing of users and allocated hours. So this is what I'm talking about. Basically now you can set up a resource report. It's pretty easy to set it up. You can set it up on every page where you read customize this page. It's a filter, so as all the filters which are available in the systems, when I want to add it, basically I just click on customize this page and I click here on, I go under users up, and under users I will have this new feature which is named resource report. So give me 1 second that I show you here. Here we go. So you can activate this resource report, which will look pretty much like this one that I've shown to you here. So it's basically this list of users with the capacity and the column of the allocation. So as you can see here, Dante, IT expert, has a capacity of 40 hours, and out of 40, he only has like 24 hours allocated in terms of tasks. So these stocked charts can be useful for you to understand like who's available or not, or who not, and who can be still assigned other workload. Another feature that we added is named built-in role. What does this mean? It means that every kind of project that you have in the company does not mean that everybody has to have access to this project. So imagine all the people in your company who deal with reports and who have to have access to all the projects running in the system just to extract some data and build up some reports. So these people, these user types, I would say, they would need specific permissions. So if I am a CEO of my company, or I'm simply an HR and I need to see all the users' activities around all the projects in the company without being a proper member of the company or someone who has to be assigned tasks and work on tasks, I can simply take my user type. So in this case, I choose the user type of a CEO, and I can assign my myself a built-in role. So basically, I can assign myself exactly the same permissions, authorization to do things, to see things, to modify things, either of a C-level role or of a project management role, an executive role, or an external role. So this is pretty technical. This is like allows you to have like access to all the projects where you are not member and make out of it some reports. Useful as well. We call it as a game changer feature. Pretty much useful for like all the administrator roles, I would say, and like it's a sort of time saver trick, which will help you like to produce faster reports linked to the allocations of your team members, or like the most successful projects that you are running. So make reports of the data that you need for your meetings. Another feature that we developed is more linked to the document management system. Many of you may use it already, know what it is. It's a database that we use to store documents linked to projects and to organize them into folders. And the simple feature that we added is that when we add a file, as you can see here, here are my folders, then I have this file. If I made a mistake and I want this file basically to move and change the location of this file, so change the folder to which this file belongs, I can simply drag and drop the file into another folder. This is a feature which was not present before, and our customers asked for it, and now we have it like available for everybody, because we understand that it's useful when you are organizing your documents within the DMS, the document management system that we have. Then other two features that we developed are more linked to the help desk plugin. So as you may know, help desk plugin is pretty useful for ticketing, so internal creation of tickets, or like tickets created for by external users who send out an email to your email address, which is set up in the help desk, and then these tickets basically will generate other tasks for the internal team members of your company. Now, the features that we released are, first thing is enter email into fields. What does it mean? It means that basically now when I update a ticket, a task, I can have this case, so email to, and make sure that each update that I do on a ticket is sent via email to the person that I select. But this case is a case which has basically an autocomplete feature. It means that straight away you can quickly type like the name of the user, and straight away it will find the right email address of the internal user that you want to send the update of this ticket to. So it's done for internal users to find them faster, send them updates on tickets, and then like improve the communication in a collaborative way, I would say. And the second thing is that once you have selected the email and you want to send out some updates, like some comments and so on, the second feature is more linked to the email recipient's validation during the update of the ticket. This means that, okay, I selected the email addresses. Normally there should be no mistakes, because these email addresses which will appear here are exactly the email addresses linked to the users who are connected to Easy Redmine. So when I save it and I try to save it, then there will be basically a feature appearing stating that the email is correct. I mean, asking you if the email that you entered is correct or not. So these are the features linked to the help desk plugin. And last but not least, there are some features which have been developed like to improve the user experience for those of you who like and enjoy a lot working with the Gantt. So this, as you can see, is a Gantt like active on a project level. You may know, I mean, you may notice now that some colors have changed, and also like some symbols have changed here. And these symbols now are like better for a user experience. This means that we have a new legend here, a new Gantt chart legend, which will help you to handle better the symbols which are on the Gantt. So as you can see, like everything which is in blue will notify you that it's a project. If it's like violet, it's a project with a problem. If you see like the dark color on the light color, you will understand like that there is, if it's blue, it's like the percentage of project completion. And if it's like dark green on light green, you will see that it's just like the task. So the percentage of completion of the task, of accomplishment of the task. These two symbols here that you will find on each task are basically the handles for moving, for changing the start date and the new date. And these triangles here exactly will show you the progression of the accomplishment of the task. So when your people are working and updating the task and stating, okay, it took me 2 hours, I did the 50% of the task. So you will see basically these two triangles moving on this bar. Another thing which we find it pretty useful is for those who like basically the relationships between the tasks. So the relations which are locked and unlocked. So as you can see, like when it's green, it means that it's a flexible relationship. So when you move the parent task, then for sure, like also like the child task like will move. And if at the beginning you stated like, I don't know, 4 days and to start relation, then if like the arrow is green, it will mean that by moving the structure parent subtask, then also like the difference of days, like the gap of days will change. So maybe it will not be 4, but it can be like 5 or 10 or less than 4. If you fix the relation, it means that it will stay. So when you move the parent, the child will move as well, but like the gap, for instance, of 40 days that you defined at the beginning, it will stay. The red line, it's always there. I like to show you the current day. And this is something that we developed because we realized that the Gantt really needed like a better user interface to make it easier for everybody. Now, this is pretty much what we have released in the new version. So now it's your time to reply to my questions, a quick question related to the Gantt chart. So I leave you some moments. I've like launched on your screens a poll. So you have like this question to reply. I will like ask you to reply to these questions, because this will allow us like to improve more and more also in the coming like months with the new releases. The plugin, because we know that everybody enjoys a lot working with the Gantt. So as you can see, like your ideas really matter to us. So I will give you, you still have 30 seconds. So I know that it's plenty of you attending this webinar. So please just like reply to these questions and we will be happy to then have your feedback. So it's till 32 people out of like 50 who are attending. So where are the other 7? Hope you can all reply. Okay, we're almost there. I still miss 6 people. So I'm just waiting for the 6 who didn't vote. Say 5. 4 people left. 3 people left too. We're almost there. Okay, again. Okay, almost there. Everybody who didn't vote, please. We give you the chance like to share with us your feedback. So come on. Okay, it's coming slowly by slowly, little by little. Still a couple of people left. Still a few seconds, and then I will have another questionnaire for you, a quick one. And then we will jump to your question. So, okay, so if everybody of you has voted, then I will stop the polling. I see that there are also like still 3 people who did not pick up, but did not reply. But we can handle this, hand this poll, and I will open the new one just for you. So thank you very much. So basically, do you already use the Gantt chart for your projects? Okay, pretty often the 30% and 39% is sometimes yes. Okay, so we will take these feedbacks into consideration. And then I will go for the second poll. It's still like to make it interactive. So 1 second. Up. Yep. So this is a feedback for me and for this webinar. Be aware that the feedbacks are anonymous, so there isn't like we will not chase you. I mean, it will be just an occasion for you also to understand what you didn't like, for me to improve myself, like, and improve the coming webinars. So it's an opportunity like for you to share your comments and allow us to improve our services. Okay, there are still 5 people missing. Maybe they don't want to share their feedback. Okay, so okay, thank you very much. Thank you. I mean, the feedback was pretty positive. Like, now I will jump to your questions. So I would ask you basically to stay connected, because it's also another occasion by analyzing the questions of other people, maybe to give you some answers, or maybe you didn't raise your hand. So can you, the first question which was asked was the legend view, because the person didn't notice the legend view in the Gantt. So in the Gantt, so on a project level, the legend view is just here in the info, okay? So it's just like close to the tools bar, and it's the place where you can basically have some instructions on how to read and interpret like the Gantt, okay? And then how to use it for sure. I will show you quickly live what does it mean. Like, as you can see, so this is a task here. So this is the triangle, which will show you when your people are upgrading the percentage of accomplishment of the task. So it will move. So generally, it's not project managers who are moving it, but it's your people. Then these are basically the buttons that you can drag, I mean, that you can use to create relationships with start, or start, end to start. This is like on you. As you can see here, every time you make a mistake, then it will notify you that you're making that mistake. But this is pretty much what we have shown so far. And you can always open it, no, and check it if you're doing right or you're doing wrong, and like if you misunderstood it or not. The other questions, maybe, like, we still have time. We can still go, I mean, again, if you want, because I'm reading the comments. So some of you said that the webinar was a little bit too fast. So I can go again through all the features. Let's make a recap together. Let's refresh it. So this is the Gantt. So the features and the legend, okay, linked to the Gantt. Then the other features that we launched on the market are features more connected to the help desk. Okay, so now when you work on an help desk ticket, you can have like the email to and the email CC field, and you can have like the automatic completion of the field. As I've shown you before, now the system is able to capt straight away an autocomplete, like the name of the person that you're entering, of the users, and the email address of this internal user. And each time you send out an email to the recipients, there's like a notification asking you if you really want to send an email to the recipients that you have selected while selecting email to Hayes. Then the other feature is linked to the DMS, is when you are organizing your files into folders. So these are folders. This is a file that we entered. If you made a mistake and you want to move this file from this folder to another folder, you can drag and drop it into another folder. Then the other feature is connected to the built-in role that we have here, like for all those people who have to do reports and who have to be connected, like who have to have access to all the projects to make reports. So you can take the CEO, you can take the HR, you can assign to the user type a built-in role with a specific type of permissions, assign to this person different projects where she needs to make report, or she or he needs to make report on it, and then the person will have access without becoming a member of the project. Going back, the resource management, another feature. So you have the graphs and the charts and the stack charts, as you can see here. It's named resource report, and it's the place where you can see the capacity of your people and how many hours in terms of tasks they have allocated. Okay, so as you can see here, Dante has capacity 40 hours, allocated only 24. So this means that there are still hours left to give some extra workload to Dante. And at the same time here with this list, you have the allocations per users. So you can see like Connie Consultant, she has like 472 hours allocated of tasks which are new, and then 5 hours spent on tasks whose status is supervisor review. Okay, so these are filters. You can apply them to each page by clicking on the button which is named customize this page. Okay, so just here. And on the website, you will have all the instructions to make this filter appear, okay, on your pages for this resource management report, which is pretty useful. Then another feature that we released, as you can see here, is connected to projects. So when I go to projects and I open a project list and I want to delete a project, I can click on the tool here on the settings. I can delete the project, okay? And to make sure that I don't make any mistake, now we added this feature of notification, are you really sure that you want to delete this project? So this will allow you to avoid any kind of mistakes of deleting projects that you didn't want to get rid of. Another feature is connected to the administration, so to the settings. When I click on the sandwich menu on the right side top of the system, I can click here, go to administration, and then here I have this new feature which is named the search settings. Is for you to get faster to the settings and find them. Like if I wanted to find, for instance, like the help desk settings, or this new feature which is a settings, no, which is named email field autocomplete, I can click from here, find it, activate it. If I want basically to find the custom built-in role, no, which is another feature object of this webinar of today, and I don't know where to find it, and I want it to be activated, I can type it down, select it, and then activate it. Okay, so it's just here. As you can see now, it's already activated, and that's it. So it's useful for you to navigate faster into the settings. And then the last amount of features that we released on the market are more connected to the tasks, as I was mentioning before. So first thing, when you are on a task and you want to modify a task, now you have this pencil will allow you to see in this pop-up window like shortcuts to add a new subtask, to add a related task or a parent task. Okay, so these features were not available before. This is something new. Okay, so it's named the quick task editor to allow you to manage the subtasks mainly. Okay, then the other feature is related to the task list. It means that now when we have a task list, we can add a column which is named last comment. As you can see here, I will show you, I will enter it for you, last comments. So now you can apply the settings and you will have the column with the last comments left on the task that you can export into Excel and make a meeting out of it. Okay, so pretty fast, pretty easy. This was like a feature which was really wanted by the users. Then the other feature related to the task is for those who create tasks, creating checklists. Now you can see the numbers of item of the checklist. So here this checklist is made of 3 items, and number 2 means that we accomplished like only 2 items. Okay, so we only ticked the 2 cases of the 3 cases of the checklist. So this is something which was not there before. And last but not least, when I create a new task, I have this window, and here I can select faster my co-workers. So before this field was not here, now this is a standard field. You can straight away select the co-workers, so people who will be notified in case there will be some changes. Okay, there will be some changes to the tasks and so on. So these are in total all the features. Now I will stop sharing my screen and I will start replying to your questions. So these new features, when are they going to be available? They are already available. If you have your um, Easy Redmine on server, you will have basically a package of updates, depending basically on the payment of updates that you have done or not. So in case you have paid the updates, then they are there in your client zone for your server, and you can download them. If you are on the cloud and you have renewed for this year, you will have the updates already there. So some features are already there, but they are hidden because they need to be activated. Then there is another question related to the shared milestone in the Gantt review. Yes, milestone can be connected to different projects at the same time. So for those who are interested in understanding how the milestone they work on the Gantt, I will suggest you to go to our Easy Redmine page, type in the searching bar of Easy Redmine website, Gantt documentation, and there you will find all the instructions to understand how to make this shared milestone work. Then there is another question related to how can I change an ending date of a task, keeping the original ending date, and how can I see the difference between them at the end of the project? Okay, again, these questions is more linked to some settings which are part of the task tracking that you have to settle, and you can find the instructions on our website. Or for the person who asked this question, I would kindly suggest to send out an email to your account manager, or simply to your to info@easyredmine.com, asking for a free demo, considering that you have several type of questions and you want like maybe to refresh your skills, improve them, I don't know, and we will have a demo with you, like a quick one of 30 minutes, where we will show you how to work like with the ending date of tasks, of related tasks. Okay, then what kind of contract supports these improvements? Um, these improvements are supported by your contracts like Easy Redmine on server or on cloud. So they are just there. If you are on server, as mentioned before, you need to make sure that you have purchased the updates, and then like a package is released in your client zone, you can install it on your server and you will have this feature activated. Can we get a video of this webinar? It was good but quick. Yes, for sure. This webinar is recorded at the moment, and it will be published online, but by our marketing team. So soon you will receive the link, or you will find it straight away on the website. So in the coming days you will see it. Then there is another question related to the upper ribbon or magic button, specifically projects and tasks. Okay, for this type of question, again, it's better to contact our support team. You can always like send a message on our website, writing at support@easyredmine.com, or using the chat. So you can use the chat always on our website, and ask this question. A ticket will be open and they will reply to you. Otherwise, if you're not yet our client, you don't have your account manager who can help you, or like you are not used, I mean, to get in contact with our support, you can simply download, you can simply subscribe for a trial, and then use the chat which is in the trial, which allows you to interact with our technical support team. Okay, then there is another question related to how can I have um, how can I view a report of my collaborators? Okay, you can have reports in the system all around. It depends on what you mean by report. So the resource report, the one that I showed you before, it's just a part of like, it's the new feature that we have released. But if you need any other type of reports, like lists that you can then export into Excel, where you need to see the time spent, the time left compared to the estimated time of tasks, of project, and so on, and you to know how to do it, I will always suggest you to go to our website, send an email to support@easyredmine.com, or like simply try to chat with our colleagues of support from the Redmine website, and they will help you either to send you the instructions or to guide you. But generally, I mean, you can they will be open like to help you find an answer to this question. Again, the recorded webinar, yes, will be shared on the website. You will receive a link from our marketing team, so if you missed it, no worries. You know that on our website, on Easy Redmine, when you go to the searching bar, so on the top right side of the website, if you type their webinars, then you will have access to all the webinars. Then there is another question related to report the spend time per person. Yes, for sure. You can make any type of reports. You can have it like in terms of a list of tasks per user, to see how much time each user has spent on the tasks which have been allocated. If you don't know how to do it, please reach out either to support via chat or via email, as already mentioned before. And then again, reports of the activities done every day. So these are more technical questions which are related basically, it's like more for our support, or in case you are already client, um, in case you are already client, just like reach out to your account manager and like tell, listen, I have some questions. Maybe you will need like some hours with our consultants who can teach you for sure. It's like it's a paid service, okay? But if you need like some new filters, some new interfaces to make better reports, just like reach out to our support team or to your account manager, and it will guide you through now to find an answer and help you basically understand how to create new reports. So these were more or less all the questions. There's another questions related to the cloud version. So when you are on cloud, you need to make sure that you activate that you activate these features. I can share you again the screen so we can quickly go inside some settings if you are interested, just to see how I made appear all these features in my cloud, okay? So that you can try on your own. And Give me 1 second. I will share the screen and we will dive a little bit into the settings. Okay, so when we talk about the features related to the task, okay, so you just have to take your Easy Redmine in the cloud and try to create a new task. So when you quickly create a new task, the co-worker feature, which is new, it's supposed already to be there, okay, on the right side of the screen here under coworker, you must see this, okay? So this is the first thing. Then the second thing related to the checklist, okay? How I made appear this thing here. These numbers here, they appeared on their own, part of the update. So this means that when I am in a project, okay, and I activate the checklist module, so I can go to settings, I go to modules, and I activate the easy checklist. Each time that I create a new task, the checklist appears already. I will show you. So here you have the checklist. You can have a new checklist. So item 1, item 2, item 3. We will call it test task webinar. Up. And here you see you have already the numbers. So this is for the checklist. So this is not rocket science, it's already there. So I encourage you to try in your cloud trials to see if you have them or not. Otherwise they will come a little by little, but they are already there because this is a new trial on cloud that I just subscribed for today and the features were already there. Then this one already. Check in your cloud, go to your tasks list, so click on tasks, have access to the task list, go to options and click on last comments here, add it, apply settings and check if you can see it or not. So this is pretty easy. Then email field autocomplete. So this is related to the help desk tickets, okay? So it's tracker tickets of help desk. And how I managed to activate this, because at the beginning I was struggling as well, I could not find it, but it's pretty easy. I just went to administration. I just used this feature here, which is new, and I entered email, okay? So I wanted this, sorry, I typed too fast. I just wanted this email, filled autocomplete. It came out and I activated it, okay? So this means that now when I go to a project with help desk activated, okay, where the tracker is a ticket of help desk, if I click on that and I click, for instance, to this on this bug report, okay, so the tracker is ticket of help desk, you can see here that I have the case, okay, and that I can type, so I can throw this, I can type, I don't know, for if I have Mavi is me, is the user. So this is my email address, okay, for that I used to connect basically to this trial. If I type TM3 at easy, etc., or like TM, it would tell me, okay, TM1, 2, 3, which one do you want, okay? So for sure, if TM belongs to the name of a person like Evelyn, it will tell you, listen, you're looking for Evelyn. Evelyn has this email address, okay? So other. So this is the feature. Then custom built-in role. This is for people who have to have access to the projects to make reports, okay? Again, how can I make this appear on the user, no? On the user settings? Because this custom built-in role is part of the user settings. So I go to users, and if I click on CFO, for instance, so this is a user, I want to see the settings. I go to edit. You see, it's supposed to appear basically. Now it's not users, is user types. My mistake. So let's take the user type of the CEO. The CEO must have access to all the projects because he needs to make reports, okay? So if I select built-in role, I can have access to the roles and permission for type of role. So if you want to give to the CEO the same roles and permissions of a C-level or like of a project manager, etc. You can do it by here. And if you don't know how to activate it, you can type it here, built-in role, and it will appear. Now it's already activated, but generally if I go here, you see custom built-in role. Okay, so you can see it, click on it and activate it, and then it will appear. This feature is already there by default, so there is no like a chance to like install it or whatever. So if you go to the list of projects, try, and you click on the, you can click basically on the on the bar. I mean, there is a toolbar where you can see it. So give me 1 second, because I made it appear before. So generally, there is a tool where you can click with the right side of your mouse, and it will tell you, do you want to delete, or do you want like to keep it? So if I click, okay, here I'm in a project, but in any case, it's generally on a project list. I will show you like here on the release notes, which is available on the website as well. In case you want to see what I've been speaking about, you have it written. So this will be also helpful for you. So as you can see here, is part of the documentation of Easy Redmine, okay? And it will appear and you can follow these instructions. But if you're looking for the projects, as I've shown to you, the project deletion confirmation, okay? It's basically, you go to administration, you go to projects, okay? So let's do it together. Let's go to administration and let's go to projects here. And this is the, this is here, okay? So this is the gear that I was looking for. When I click on delete, there is a notification saying, do you really want to delete this, okay? So all the things I've been sharing and saying so far, they are available on the website. Now, I've noticed that there were other questions. I will just switch to French because I think that there are some people who speak French as well. So, bien évidemment, le programme, il est en français aussi. Vous pouvez le localiser. Il n'y a pas de souci. Vous pouvez changer en fait les paramètres de la langue dans les paramètres du système. Si vous avez des questions en français, vous pouvez écrire un mail en français à notre équipe de support ou utiliser mon adresse email aussi, qui est mariavittoria.siniglio@easysoftware.com, et vous pouvez m'écrire en français et je vais vous répondre et je vais vous aider pour relocaliser en français le logiciel. Il n'y a pas de souci. Then there is another question stating that they have checked the easy checklist and is not available in the cloud server. Have we to wait a reboot of your server? You don't have to wait a reboot of our server. My suggestion would just be to write to your account manager, so the person who sold you who sold you the system, and ask to this person, say, listen, I joined the webinar, I saw the easy checklist new feature, can you please help me and understand why in my electronic application I can't see the checklist. And then we will reply to you and we will check your electronic application on the cloud and see why you can't see it on your easy checklist. So we have 10 minutes left. Before 4 o'clock. Unfortunately, I mean, I would love to stay longer with you, but I have other meetings. As you can see, like I have like many users to train as well, like in English, Italian, or French. So I leave you other 2 minutes to ask me a few questions. So please type them down and I will make sure that I can reply to you, okay? So please just like grab the chance now. It's 3:48. Type down the last questions and in 2 minutes, I will make sure to reply to you. There is another question which is pretty technical. Could you please help me with release management with GitLab? This is not in the scope of this webinar, so I really suggest you to write to our support team. If you are already a client, please notify to your account manager. That you need some help with GitLab to connect it with your Easy Redmine and so on. So your account manager is there for you to help you and to provide you the instructions and understand who can help you within our big team and provide you some services related to GitLab. Another question, do you have any requirements API documentation? Yes, we have an API documentation. You can go to our website, Easy Redmine, type on the searching bar REST API, and then there you will find the REST API of Easy Redmine. So it's 10 minutes to 4. Unfortunately, I have to leave you. I wanted to say thanks to everybody. Who is here and who has been here and attended this webinar. I hope you liked it, you enjoyed it. I'm sorry, it was a little bit fast at the beginning, but it was also to give you the chance to ask you as much question as possible. And in case you need any other thing, do not hesitate to reach out to us. I'm the only Italian speaker, so for the Italian users, you can drop me a line. My name is Maria Vittoria Ciniglio. Do not hesitate. If you need some French help, as you can see, I can also speak French. If you need German, Spanish, no matter what, all our accountants, like our account managers, they speak all many languages, so we are able to help you in the best way. So feel free to drop us a line. Thank you very much, and no worries, this webinar recorded will be sent out to you. So good luck with your project and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you very much. Bye bye.